Okay, hi everybody. We're on page 47. One of my favorite pieces, All Through the Night. This is from the opera Hansel and Gretel by Engelbert Humperdinck. And no, it's not the Las Vegas singer Engelbert Humperdinck that you might know about. Actually, that guy, I don't know what his real name is, but he took the name of this composer because he thought it sounded cool. This is actually, as you can see, a mostly 19th century composer. That was his real name, Engelbert Humperdinck. And he's from Europe. It sounds like a Dutch name, and he was either from Holland or Netherlands or Germany. And his name was stolen in the 20th century. Okay, so this is the hardest piece we've had yet. If you look it over, you'll see the melody is in the right hand, and it's in an A major position, which I tell you there at the beginning. So let's go ahead and just find an A major position. And because we have a C sharp, you know what I'm going to say next. Keep your third finger on the C sharp. Do not leave it. You're never going to play a C natural, so why prepare that? We have a new marking at the end of the piece. There's two little dots in the treble and the bass right before the double bar. That means repeat the whole piece, repeat the whole thing from the beginning. So let's play the melody by itself. Finger 4 on a D. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Up a third. Second. 3, 4. Down a third. Now take a breath. 3, 4, 1. Keep the C sharp. 2, 3, 4. Tie 2, 3. And then we do it again. Okay, but instead of repeating, which you probably need to repeat, but I want to just point out that here's a case where we have a phrase mark and a tie at the same time. So notice it's really obvious that one of these must be a tie because you wouldn't need two phrase marks over a big phrase like that. So it's kind of a red flag when you see two what looks like slurs. One of them is probably a tie, but always double check, is that note the same pitch? Is there anything in between them that changes the pitch? If not, then it's a tie. And notice the left hand is tied there too. It's on a D. Okay, we're going to work on the left hand separately because it's quite challenging to put these together. The hands are doing completely different things. So left hand is finger 5 on a D. So first off, the hands are not in the same 5-finger pattern. It's not going to be like this. So that's the first thing that's tricky about this. So you're moving a little out of your comfort zone now. You can stay in comfort zone in the right hand, but left hand is 5 on a D, and the next note is a G, down a third to E, up a fourth to A. Next line, finger 2 on G, up to A, and down a fifth to D. And then that D is tied. So we don't really ever play the third finger, so you don't need to prepare the F sharp. There is no F sharp necessarily, because you're never going to have to play it. So why don't you play the left hand while I play the melody? I'll play both hands and you play the left hand. 1, 2, ready, on a D, up a fourth, G, down a third, E, up a fourth, A, down a second, G, up a second, and down a fifth. 2, 3, 4, tie. It's really long note. Okay, now let's have you switch and do the right hand. Some of you that already play piano a little bit, you might be able to try doing both hands, okay? So, but everyone else just try the right hand. I'll fill in the left for you. Ready, and D, 2, 3. Take a breath. 3, 4. And tie. 2, and then do it again, etc. Okay, and it's not a fast piece. It just says calmly, which isn't, often the tempo markings aren't really clear, like, well, what's calm to one person might be much slower than it is to another person, depending on your natural rhythms. But generally, it's not going to be a fast piece if it says calm. This is the point in the opera where they're really scared. They're out in the middle of the forest. They've been kicked out by their evil stepmother, and they're trying to just sleep in the forest, and they've put breadcrumbs down so they can find their way back. But yeah, so it's them going to sleep at night, kind of scared in the dark. Okay, so enjoy that piece and work hard to get the hands together.